It's Pride Month.
All right, good people of the interweb, welcome to my channel. I am Damien, and this is not a reaction channel. Today, it is a drama channel that is doing reaction. Mostly drama. Because in my Taylor Swift video, which I recently posted, I said June is drama month. It's June, but, you know, drama, June. You get it. But yeah, so nobody watched that video. It's okay. You can go back and watch it after this one. I would appreciate it very much. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. What the things YouTubers say. I gotta stop saying so much. Anyway, so this is a video I'm not super excited about, but in the same respect, I'm super curious about. I actually filmed the original idea for this video several days ago. Tom MacDonald posted some shorts, so I wanted to respond with my thoughts and opinions on them, and basically kind of give my stance on Tom MacDonald. But because I've reacted to some of his work in the past, and I wanted to clear up any misconceptions. But you know, he dropped, you know, a new song, that Me Versus You, I think it was, and there were some things about it that I'll get into it in a bit. But we're going to go ahead and do this reaction first. Coincidentally enough, I saw a couple reaction channels come up in my feed that were like, you know, Mac Lethal diss Tom MacDonald, you know, saying Tom MacDonald is N-word, and not that N-word, but the white N-word. I'm not gonna do a German accent. Oddly enough, I'm ancestrally very German, but I can't do the German accent. Anyway, point being, I saw there was a Mac Lethal disc, and you know, I didn't fully cover. I didn't do the reactions to the diss tracks when that battle was going on back in, like, what was it, 2019? But I did do a video about my feelings about the whole beef, I guess you could say, and like what my perception or perspective on it was. But so here we are, 5 years later, and Mac Lethal has just dropped a diss track on Tom MacDonald. And again, coincidentally enough, it was right when I planned on doing a video about Tom MacDonald. So before I get into it, you know, my thoughts and opinions on Tom MacDonald, let's jump into this diss track and see what Mac Lethal's thoughts and opinions are. And then, you know, we'll break down my thesis afterwards. And oddly and sadly enough, as embarrassed as I am and ashamed of myself as I am to say this, I believe the only rap I've reacted to on the channel has been Tom MacDonald. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this. This is Mac Lethal. Tom MacDonald is I did not see that coming.
Let's be clear about one thing. You started it, you sneak dissing pussy.
Oh my God.
I thought it was funny too. We already squashed this, dude. What are you doing? Here's a backstory. A couple years ago, Tom MacDonald got his feelings hurt and made a track towards me. Tried to diss me in a rapping war, tried to bait me into going back and forth, but I really didn't have the passion for it, so I made one song and I had to ignore it. I don't want to sound rude, I just think he's mad corny. I didn't want to give it energy. A transphobic, homophobic culture vulture rapping about white supremacy isn't worthy of facing me lyrically. But I'm getting tired of watching this dude embarrass hip-hop's history. And the other day he dropped a new song, and for some reason he was dissing me. Fine, fight me, I wouldn't pay this any mind, but you made a 9-minute song about your personal life. Why the fuck you mention mine? I've been minding my business and buying some property. Why are you...
Okay. So yeah, we got a good bit to unpack right here. All right, so you know the initial battle between the two of them. You know, Mac Lethal had said some shit on like a tweet or something, or maybe it was Instagram or Facebook, Twitter, somewhere, said some, called Tom McDonald Trailer Park, like something or other. So Tom McDonald made a whole ass diss track. Mac Lethal responded. Tom McDonald made another one. And then Mac Lethal was like, fuck it, whatever. But no, he makes some points, because Mac Lethal is straight up a battle rapper. Like, he has been a battle rapper, like freestyle, like serious competitions, like head to head, major motherfuckers, like been doing it a long time. So I could see how he would not take someone like Tom seriously, and you know, that makes sense. But you know, I don't necessarily keep up with Tom per se, but every now and again, I'll if his shit comes up in my suggested, I'll sit there and like toil with it for a minute. Like, the sheer morbid curiosity. It's like, do I want to hear what shit is going to come out of his mouth that's going to piss me off, or do I want to see if he's actually got something to say? Or like, I always end up regretting it, and it's a shame, because like the whole, that was going to be the whole point of the video that I had initially tried to make several days ago, was the fact that I used to support Tom. I used to actually respect him as an artist. I thought he did have some stuff to say. I didn't necessarily always agree with the delivery. I thought maybe his perception and perspective on things was like a little bit skewed, and like maybe he would grow with time. That was not the case, sadly. I actually ordered his first couple of albums, you know, back when he used to, I don't know if he still does sign them or not, but when he would actually sign them, I got a Hangover Gang t-shirt. No, it wasn't even a Hangover Gang. I forget what it was. It had like a skull or a skeleton and a crystal ball. It was a pretty cool, like, little hand sketch, like, kind of graphic on it. But my girlfriend at the time, her cat peed on it, so I threw it away. And you know, at this point in time in my life, like, I'm not mad about it. Like, I mean, not that, you know, the cat peed. Well, I'm not mad that the cat peed on it, because again, right now I would have thrown it. It shrank anyway. The first time I washed it, it shrank, which was like bullshit. I couldn't even wear it. But then the cat peed on it, so then it was like more reason to throw it away. But now I have the added, like, because I just don't even really, well, I shouldn't say really, like, I don't like Tom. I just don't like Tom McDonald, plain and simple. There is nothing even remotely redeeming about him to me anymore, and it's a shame, because I used to think he was cool. But this first verse, so he's talking about when he mentioned the transphobic, homophobic, white supremacy. You know, you hear this a lot from people, especially on the left. But that's the thing. That's the thing. So Tom made a bunch of shorts. The irony and the hypocrisy in the shorts that he has made, and he's doubled down on shit, like just dogging the shit out of the LGBTQ community. And it's funny, because he's like, I'm not against anybody, I'm not racist, I'm not a bigot, it's the media's fault, the media is dividing us, it's not me. But then he says a bunch of just real fucked up shit about the LGBTQ, especially, or IA plus, whatever I don't know all the letters, but I've got enough gay friends, trans friends, you know, gay and trans relatives, even, you know, family. You know, these are people that I care about, and the just level of mockery and disrespect, and the way that it coincides with his support of the American military, which I'm not against supporting the American military. Like, I'm not mad at him about that. It's just, again, the irony and the hypocrisy, which I will break down later when it comes to how that, again, coincides with the LGBTQ plus community. But so, you know, he's talking about what did he say? I didn't lose my train of thought. Like I said, it's a lot to unpack, so we're going to go back just a little bit.
Fine, fight contract sign. Normally I wouldn't be worthy of facing me lyrically, but I'm getting tired of watching this dude embarrass hip-hop's history. And the other day he dropped a new song, and for some reason he was dissing me.
Okay, so that's it right there. So yeah, I think this was the point that I was getting to. Sometimes I actually, if when Tom comes up in my feed, or suggested, or if like another reaction channel reacts to him or whatever, sheer morbid curiosity sometimes gets the best of me, and I go and watch it. Well, he did that long ass fucking God mode song. And there was a lot to pick apart in that song. I was not a fan at all. But he said some shit about Mac Lethal. He didn't say Mac Lethal, but he implied it. Like, anyone listening to it knew he was talking about Mac Lethal. And he talked about like breaking his marriage up, or, saying that he caused him to get divorced and just ruin his career, and he felt bad about it or whatever, or at least something to that degree. But I could see how, a man that, this was 5 years ago, it's over, done with. Why bring that up, but it's so apparently Mac Lethal got wind of it and is like, oh, okay, oh, you're gonna diss me, cool, let's keep going.
Fight contract sign. Normally I wouldn't pay this any mind, but you made a 9-minute song about your personal life. Why the fuck you mention mine? I've been minding my business and buying some property. Why are you dissing me? Why you take shots at me, man? Are you buying prescriptions again? Is it lines that you're sniffing? It's gotta be. Fuck it. Ding ding, let's begin. You got weak skin. We followed each other on IG. We DM'd. We even agreed that we would be friends. Thomas, we already squashed it. Last time I took the high road. This time I'm getting toxic.
So behind the scenes, okay, I would never in a million years have thought that these two would have ever spoken in person, unless like, they ran into each other like in like LA somewhere or something, and like got into a real fight. Like, I could see that happening, but like I couldn't see them talking in DMs or like on the phone or anything, like in real life, in person, and like being cool with one another. I could never imagine it in a million years. Because I mean, it was pretty obvious that like Mac really, really does not like Tom MacDonald. But so he's saying they talked and they were cool and like had a truce, and that it was squashed. And that Tom unfollowed him on Instagram. Damn.
First off, your music sucks, you're goofy as fuck, your beats are trash. I bet $1 million cash that I could easily beat your ass. Your girlfriend is a skeezer with diseases, she got fleas and crabs. She used to go to Russell Simmons' house and eat his ass.
Nova Rockefeller.
Known for Rockefeller, she was a groupie over at Def Jam and a hoe at Rockefeller. You nerdy cuck, I wouldn't touch.
Okay, so one of two things is going on at this point. Either A, there's some other shit going on behind the scenes that I have not heard about. Like, either Nova has said some shit that has gotten back to him, or she's done something online, or I don't know. Either Nova's done some shit to really piss Mac off, or Mac got wind of all the Upchurch and Tom McDonald beef, which I just was not even interested in covering. But I did kind of observe some of it, and it was very interesting, to say the least. But Tom made it a point. And he also said in God mode that he wasn't going to do disses anymore. So this might be... Mac knows that the only way he's going to get Tom to respond is to truly get under his skin. And the best way, probably the only way to really do that is to go for Nova's neck, which is what he's doing. I mean, this is we're gonna back it up a little bit. Like that, disrespectful. I mean, but Mac's a battle rapper, so like it's not unexpected, but it's rough. It's rough.
For Rockefeller, she was a groupie over at Def Jam and a hoe at Rockefeller. You nerdy cuck, I wouldn't touch that dirty slut for $30. You're not even in the top 10 rappers. Your girl is fucked.
Oh my God.
She's vaginally infected. I'll get back to her in a second. First, I'm smashing you on this record. I'll punch you so hard you'll...
He chose violence. He chose violence today. When everybody walked in the room and they said, "Step aside, sir, or there will be violence," he said, "I choose violence." That's how that went down. It's a Game of Thrones reference. That line, that was like, I knew Nova had a history. I didn't know, and speculation. I don't know the history or if there's any legitimacy to anything he's saying, other than the fact she was on Def Jam. Other than that, this could all just be, antagonizing, he said, she said kind of shit. But yeah, I mean, I know that she was. I actually heard of her before I heard of Tom McDonald. I knew who she was before I knew who Tom was. So she's got some cred and some history. But apparently she maybe a little more well known than I even realized. I'm not gonna say anything that I don't know. We're just keep going.
You'll see three of me. You'll say hi, Dave. Hi,
oh wait. Go back.
Smashing you on this record. I'll punch you so hard you'll see three of me. You'll say hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave.
Half your fucking fan base wishes they could buy slaves. I donate my money to veterans.
Okay. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. Okay, so the hi Dave. That was a little throwback to the first battle. That was clever. That was the delivery was it was okay. I mean, he's about to start talking about donating to veterans. Okay. Again, like I was saying earlier, I've got an issue about that, but we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
No, what the
suggestion via Patreon.
did I do?
Guys, I did not know this was out.
God,
where was I? But I'm here.
Let's be clear about
God.
one thing.
All right, so the veterans thing, yeah. Let's listen to that again and see where he's going.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave.
Half your fucking fan base wishes they could buy slaves. I donate my money to veterans. Okay, what you want, a peppermint? Don't complain about it, just do it. Quit patting yourself on the back for the camera lens. You're just Doja Cat for Nazis, a feminine racist on every beat. They call you an anti-woke rapper cause your music puts everybody to sleep. Fuck everything that your lame ass do. If Dave Matthews had braids and a face tattoo and made a song called If I Was a Gay Black Jew, we would all be like, hey, that's you.
That flow right there, that was insane. That was good. And that was really clever. The thing about the veterans, that's not really the beef I have about it. Because, so let me just say, we'll get more in depth after the song, but I don't feel like donating behind the scenes. Like, you know, Mac's like, oh, you're just trying to do it for attention. You know, no. When celebrities make donations to causes that they actually believe in, I support that because it encourages the people that follow them and look up to them or like them, or, you know, whatever the situation is. It's like a nudge to the fans to, hey, take the lead, do the same thing. Like, the more we have putting into this cause, the better. You know, it's like a follow my lead kind of thing. So I do agree with sometimes it is good to do good things in front of the camera if you've got a big platform and you're trying to raise awareness or raise money. It's what you have to do sometimes. But I have different qualms with it. Was there something else that I was going to cover right there? No.
Had braids and a face tattoo and made a song called If I Was a Gay Black Jew. We would all be like, hey, that's you. Acting like you represent the blue collar working man, rocking army boots when you live in Woodland Hills and wear $5,000 Versace suits. You'll never fuck with Mac. Look at this blonde bitch surrounded by shirtless African American actors. What, you about to get gangbanged in an episode of Black? Your fans cheer when planes fly over Gaza dropping bombs. I'm a 52-year-old soccer mom. I hate rap, but you're awesome, Tom.
Have you ever gone through the comment section of any of Tom McDonald's videos? Because I have. I do it a little more often than I'd like to admit. Because sometimes, you know, especially if it's in a song where he says some shit that's like kind of upsetting, I go and I look just to see if he's getting any pushback from anyone. If there's anybody, because he always makes a big deal about how controversial he is, and how, you know, he just pisses so many people off, and all these people are trying to cancel him. So, you know, and he's getting shadow banned left and right, and all this and all that. And it's like I go to look at his comments to see like how bad it is, because he makes it out to be like it's really bad. And there's a lot of comments like that. Like, that is not exactly like that, but I mean, that's a pretty common theme. Like, a bunch of like older white people that are like, oh, I don't really know anything about rap, or I don't like, you know, rap, but, you know, I think Tom's really good. You know, there's a whole bunch of that. Or, oh, I like what Tom has to say, he's telling it like it is. I don't like rap, but I like Tom's message. You know, so much of that, it is absolutely ridiculous. So that line is funny as hell. That was clever, and I got to give props where props are due on that one. Throwing that in was just comedy gold. Let's keep going.
Fake, fraud, poser, liar, charlatan, and grifter at heart. You have no fucking dignity.
I want to hear it again.
Fly over Gaza dropping bombs. I'm a 52-year-old soccer mom. I hate rap, but you're awesome, Tom. Fake, fraud, poser, liar, charlatan, and grifter at heart. You have no fucking dignity. You'll do anything just to get on the charts. Bitch, I'm a star. Kicking.
So that's what I was saying just then. Like, a lot of all of the, because I see Tom like posts a lot of shit, and I'll see a lot of people reposting shit about you know, oh, such and such got banned, like a certain song, or, you know, it's always something. It's always some kind of drama. But it's just an effort to try to like stir up, create, manufacture some like bullshit controversy to try to get on the charts. And I mean, not even like, it's like the iTunes charts. Keep going.
These bars burning his body, I'll rip it apart. Tom, Did you call yourself the white version of Kendrick Lamar? Talking like you kicked down doors for the indie movement. Bitch, you stole that same blueprint from rhyme sayers and strange music. I paved your road.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. That was when I said I had issues. There was some things about God mode that stood out to me that I had issues with. We talk about that's one of the things right there. So Tom said something about I created the blueprint for like independent rappers, or so to do what I do, or some shit like, or they're using my blueprint, some shit like that. He said blueprint, and he said that like he was like the biggest independent rapper, and it's like, dude. And now I see why Mac was saying something about Tom embarrassing like hip hop history or some shit like that. They've been doing this shit. Mac's been doing this shit for fucking ever. But strange music, Technon, come on. Let's keep going.
Real indie since 01. Now I'm Marvin Gaye's father. I'm killing my own son.
That's cold.
There's a story about a boy named Tom. He had a rich dad and a racist mom.
Nova.
Daddy.
Here, Nova.
Daddy.
Come here, girl. Sit. Aw, good girl. Here's a treat.
Daddy.
Here's the truth that you can't run from. No can do told me when I'm fighting monsters, don't let it make you become one. Your ego's too big, it's gotta be deflated. Trying to say political rap is a genre you created? You gotta be fucking kidding me. You ever heard of Ice-T, Ice Cube, Immortal Technique, X-Clan, or Public Enemy? Of course you haven't. You know nothing.
Shit. That again, yet another thing about fucking God mode, like Tom bitching about how like all these people are trying to be political because he fucking started it. No. He may have started this whole like the typical flavors of a Tom MacDonald song, the formulas. So it's like, I'm not racist. I'm not a bigot. I just don't like gay people and or not even just gays, like minorities and marginalized groups of people. I don't like them. It's the government's fault. I'm a true patriot, but I don't like the government. America is the greatest country. I'm a real American. I love white people. Fuck trans people. But it's the media's fault. The media is dividing us, but I hate everybody who's not white. I mean, it's the same kind of shit over and over and over again. Pro-America, the greatest country in the world, love the military, love the cops, hate the government, even though the government employs the military. And, love everybody, equal rights, as long as they're cool with not having equal rights unless they're a white Christian nationalist. It's pretty much the gist of like all of his songs. He just switches up the order of them. It's like a rotation on subject matter, or sometimes all of it into one. That's kind of how it's been. It wasn't always like that. And then it's crazy because I think he said something about that in fucking God mode. People are like, why don't you go back to being the old Tom? And, I think he took that as people were talking about when he was like doing drugs or drinking or something. But I think people are talking about when his shit didn't suck like it does now. I think he's got... there's a large portion of his fan base that like misses when his shit actually literally came, like, you knew it might have all been duped at this. when it was in genuine support of the people, and it could have all just been an act to like win over that particular demographic first. Then he had them on his side, and it's like, oh, now I gotta win over I gotta pander to all the right-wing extremists, and just right-wing in general. I don't know. It's I'm losing my train of thought. Let's keep going.
Nothing about the culture. Second Amendment right, guns coming about the holster. Put the pistol in your mouth. Name one song off of Illmatic before I pull the trigger. You wanna be American so bad.
Choking on the pistol. It's funny. Yeah, because the whole Second Amendment right thing, it's funny. Coming from Tom, that's hilarious. Let's back it up.
Name one song off of Illmatic before I pull the trigger. You wanna be American so bad that you won't even rep your own flag, and now you're getting toe tagged on every single
There's
song.
something else.
You know nothing about the culture. Second Amendment right, guns coming about the holster. Put the pistol in your mouth. Name one song off of Illmatic before I pull the trigger.
God, that is so funny. Yeah. That's this makes a lot of sense now. Given Mac Lethal's background, how long he's been doing it, and then to hear a song like God Mode from a man like Tom MacDonald, basically just disrespecting the history and the culture. And so basically, I mean, I know this is going to sound like a buzzword to a lot of people, and plenty of people are probably not going to agree with me, and it is what it is. Like, I know a lot of people, facts don't care about your feelings. Well, that is the case in this situation. These are facts that, how you feel about it doesn't fucking matter. But what he essentially did in God Mode, is blatant attempt at like whitewashing fucking hip hop, like totally discrediting everybody that paved the way for him, all his fans that were not familiar with all the people that Mac Lethal named, or the whole independent thing, the political thing, it just the whole literal black history behind hip hop and independent rappers and all that. Tom's trying to paint this picture that he's this messiah of all this stuff that started everything, to all his young fans that don't know any better. And they talk about that, like, people trying to whitewash history and take away from, like, black inventors, black creators, black pioneers, all that stuff, and give credit to different people along the line or down the line. They were like white, or just trying to get rid of the subject altogether. Whatever the situation is, it's real. It happens. It's a real thing. It's why the term exists. It's why there's like countless examples of it still happening, always happening. This is a prime one, and that's real. That's a thing. Almost the majority of the stuff that Mac has said thus far in this song, again, there's some of it that just could be him talking shit, but there's like a lot of it is legit, is facts that, like, anyway. Let's keep going.
Wanna be American so bad that you won't even rep your own flag, and now you're getting toe tagged on every single song. You use that same dead flow. Your girl's like Emily Willis, a brain dead hoe. I should have known that you're a damn snake. The type of
ooh, damn, he putting that mess on her. Emily Willis, I don't know if she's even still alive or not. She is an adult performer, entertainer of the adult persuasion, who overdosed. She OD'd and was in a coma. She might, I don't even know if she's still alive, but that was dark. That was real dark.
Person that'll look right in a man's
Shit, that Marvin Gaye line was fucking dark.
face and offer him a handshake. Call a truce, declare peace on the landscape.
Wait, hold on.
Type of person that'll know your girl's like Emily Willis, a brain dead hoe. I should have known that you're a damn snake. The type of person that'll look right in a man's face and offer him a handshake. Call a truce, declare peace on the landscape, then diss his family life just to entertain your fan base. On God mode, trying to rap like Jesus, but in real life you act like Judas with pussycat like movements. I feel like Caesar getting stabbed by Brutus, but I got whiplash, so drums make me smack my students. The YouTube diss tracks, they really ain't my vibe. Life just to entertain your fan base. On God mode, trying to rap like Jesus, but
Okay, so basically, yeah. I mean, Mac Lethal really did not like God mode, and I don't even think that it was just the diss on him. I think it's the whole song. It's just everything Tom had to say, and just in correlation with Mac's connection to hip-hop, his history, like, that's how he was raised. That's his whole life. It was basically like Tom just shit all over everything that Mac believes in, and just kind of like rewrote it as like, hi, I'm Tom the fucking Messiah. So yeah, I mean, I think I just basically explained that already, but I think this whole song got to Mac on a personal level, and it's honestly, it's kind of understandable. Like, I can't disagree with him on a lot of this.
in real life you act like Judas with pussycat-like movements. I feel like Caesar getting stabbed by Brutus, but I got whiplash, so drums make me smack my students. The YouTube diss tracks, they really ain't my vibe. When I battle a rapper, shit, I'd rather do it live. I'll bet $50,000 to the charity of your choice that you won't look me in the eyes and put clarity in your voice and say the things about me that you said in all your diss tracks. When I'm a foot away from you and you might just get bitch slapped. Shit, we could battle on King.
See, I'm wondering if like this, if he's serious. Like if he would really be like, hey, look, I've got $50,000 cash right here. Charity of your choice, which we already know it'll be veterans. And not, I'm not saying anything unkind about veterans. Like I'm not, I come from a long freaking line of veterans. Like the majority of, well, most of them are dead. But I mean, shit. My grandma, all of my grandmother's brothers, all three of them, oddly enough, my whole family, grandmother's side of the family is German and Melungian, but mostly German. They all fought in World War II. One of them, my great uncle John, was captured by the fucking Nazis. And he got away, or he didn't get away. They let him go because he was German. He was a Wampler, but it was like right before the war like ended. But everyone on my grandfather's side, my grandfather and all of his brothers, they were all military too. Like the majority of my family, even the ones that are still alive, like a lot of them are either military, former military, law enforcement, or like attorneys or judges. Like it's crazy. But what was the point to that? Oh, the point, yeah, that would probably be where Tom would want the 50,000 donated, and that's fine. But point being, I'm wondering if Mac Lethal would actually want show up with 50,000, like legitimately challenge Tom, and actually maybe even take it a step further than battle rap, and maybe like want to like legit fight. I would really like to see that, actually.
Of the dot, your girl knows all those dudes. She's seen all their cocks. We could battle up and count me that you said in all your diss tracks. When I'm a foot away from you and you might just get bitch slapped. Shit, we could battle on King of the Dot. Your girl knows all those dudes. She's seen all their cocks. We could battle up in Canada, right in your hometown. I'll let you pick the city and venue it goes down, and I promise I'll get a bigger applause than you, because in hip hop there ain't a bigger fraud than you. I went on tour with D12. Those dudes are my new friends. They showed me some video you made for Eminem. They told me they were in the studio with Slim. When he watched it, he cringed and he cut it off 30 seconds in. Eminem doesn't like you. He does not respect you. You made a love song about him, begging him to peg you. Have you noticed that?
Okay, so that sub bass, that doom 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 doom, fucking hitting like these headphones. But so that was clever. He's talking about like actually knowing D12 and them talking about Eminem watching. I'm assuming that they're talking about the Dear Slim song that he actually he paid some like stupid amount of money for, like a beat Eminem did, like an NFT or some shit, and then made a song to Eminem about it or over it or something. I didn't actually like watch it. I know there was a lot of stuff about it. But the irony here in me saying that and him saying what he's saying, he said that, what did he say? He said,
and he cut it off 30 seconds in. Eminem does a video you made for Eminem. They told me they were in the studio with Slim. When he watched it, he cringed and he cut it off 30 seconds in.
So that was kind of, I didn't even get that far. Like, it was just, I didn't even have interest. Like, just seeing Dear Slim, knowing it was Tom McDonald, and then hearing about the whole NFT thing or whatever, I was like, this is going to be awful. Like, I could imagine how hard the cringe would be. So, like, I didn't even give it the opportunity. So Eminem made it further than me, so hey, there's that.
Eminem doesn't like you. He does not respect you. You made a love song about him, begging him to peg you. Have you noticed that publicly he's never even mentioned it? I'm sorry, buddy. I know that's not how you envisioned it. You thought he'd call you like, hey, Tom, it's Slim Shady. You're so controversial. How are you this crazy? You want to make a song about how transgender men are pretend ladies and all the live ladies having mixed babies? And how the Mexican border is being invaded by woke Palestinians causing inflation? We'll call it White Boys Part 12. It'll be awful. And the Grammy goes to Eminem and Tom McDonald. I'm sorry that you didn't get to do a song with your hero. At least you got to do a song with Ben Shapiro, the dude that censored Candace Owens' views quick. And he said that rap music isn't real music. And he tried to say that pussies aren't supposed to get wet.
That's fucking funny. I did watch that, sadly. I will never get that time back. But that's cold. Being like, hey, you really look up to Eminem. You were really hoping something would come of that he'd acknowledge you and just throw you something. No. You got Ben Shapiro, who, you know, clearly I think that was a troll move, or at least that's how it's painted out to be, because they're both acting like they had a good time with that. And Ben doesn't like rap, but of course Ben likes rap because he likes Tom McDonald. He doesn't like rap. He likes Tom McDonald because Tom McDonald says all the same bullshit that Ben does. But Anyway, there was something else I forgot where I was going with that.
And get to do a song with your hero. At least you got to do a song with Ben Shapiro, the dude that censored Candace Owens' views quick. And he said that rap music isn't real music. And he tried to say the pussies aren't supposed to get wet. That song was so controversial and over.
So yeah, that I don't know why we're going to talk about that, but we're going to talk about that. That whole Twitter thing that exploded when he was talking about wet ass pussy and his doctor wife. You know, he was talking about how she doesn't get wet, that's not normal, or whatever he said. He said some shit. He basically called himself out and said that he does not arouse his wife. And he doubled down on it a couple of times. Shit was hilarious.
The edge. I'm kidding. Nobody cares about your facts or your feelings. You make music for people that storm the Capitol building. You make rap tunes for white trash inbred people that snort crank in dirty ass gas station bathrooms. People that shoot AR-15s in classrooms. That never heard of Nas Del Woo or Black Moon. You make music for people that hate black dudes. People that huff gas fumes, got barbed wire tattoos. People that say the N-word while playing Call of Duty. People that buy a case of Bud Light just to shoot it. Incels that are terrified of sex, and people that pay money to be verified on X. People that say, now normally I don't like rap, but this Tom MacDonald dude is great cause he ain't black. I rewrote this disc 3 times, kept throwing out the verses.
Jesus! Like, it might not always be that blatant in the comment sections, but does it happen? Is racism alive and well in Tom McDonald's comment sections? Yes. Yes, very much so. You can go look for yourself. But so, all right. I was gonna kind of. This is a tricky one. So he's not necessarily wrong. The AI pictures were a little overboard. I mean, they're funny, but like the what he was saying, on some level, you know, there is some truth to it. There have been times that I have been listening to a Tom MacDonald song and thought to myself, man, I could imagine like someone getting ready to go do a mass shooting, hyping themselves up on a song like this beforehand. Like, it is what it is. Like, I didn't make the music. Like, it's not my fault that's how it comes across. And I'm sure I'm like 50 million% positive. I know that's not a real number, but it's a fucking big one. I am that positive that I am not anywhere near the only person that feels like that. But I was gonna say, you know, he's not saying this is all of Tom McDonald's fans. He's saying these are the type of people that Tom panders to. This is the type of person Tom's envisioning as his demographic, as his target audience. These are the people that he knows that he can talk shit to, get them all hyped up, say a bunch of just really disgusting things about any demographic, and they're going to 100% support him and be like, yeah, fuck those people, we hate them too. You know, that's it. But I don't know. I mean, Mac Lethal might literally be talking about not just who he thinks Tom wants his fans to be, but he could be saying that he could be going after Tom's fan base and saying that that's what most of them are. He did say something about his fans wanting to buy slaves earlier in the song. So, but again, fuck, you know, it's like, if the shoe fits, you know, I'm not calling everybody a racist. But I am saying that if someone says something racist and you agree with what they said and you support them and you encourage them to do more, or you double down on it in any way, if you don't disavow what they said, or you don't call them out, but hey, maybe that was, offensive, or maybe that was a little bit racist, which 9 times out of 10 in this case is a lot of bit racist. But if you're supporting it, you gotta call it how it is. I mean, it sucks. Racism fucking sucks. All the bigoted shit, like making fun of marginalized groups, making fun of minorities, accusing them and stereotyping them of like all kinds of shit, based off of a small percentage, is like, if I started dogging the shit out of like all straight white fucking Christian guys on the right, saying that they're all fucking school shooters, that how is that fair? But I could make a compelling argument. I could make it sound really good, and I could probably get a lot of people hyped up behind me on that one. But that doesn't make it true, and that doesn't make it right, That's... Anyway, we're going to keep going.
Punchlines weren't cutting, it needed substance.
Oh, wait, hold on. We got...
But this Tom McDonald dude is great cause he ain't black. I rewrote this disc 3 times, kept throwing out the verses. Punchlines weren't cutting, it needed substance and some purpose. I realized I needed to try to cut beyond the surface, and instead...
Okay, so he rewrote it 3 times. He wanted to do more than punchlines. All right. Let's look at that again. I think I caught that. I think I know what that means.
That are terrified of sex, and people that pay money to be verified on X. People that say, now normally I don't like rap.
I remember there was something about being verified on X in God mode, so that was definitely a jab at that.
But this Tom McDonald dude is great cause he ain't black. I rewrote this disc 3 times, kept throwing out the verses. Punchlines weren't cutting, it needed substance and some purpose. I realized I needed to try to cut beyond the surface. Punchlines
weren't cutting it, throwing out the Okay, so I'm guessing he started out and it was mostly punchlines. It was probably still brutal, but it more like had more clever, like funny kind of shit, more ooh damn burn kind of moments that were just like clever wordplay or something. And he's saying he needed to go deeper than surface level with it, so he rewrote it trying to, like, I guess, really cut into Tom. Okay.
And instead of murdering you, maybe I could be of service. You constantly just brag about the ways you feel yourself. It's obvious you're losing your battle with mental health. Tried to fill the emptiness in your soul by getting wealth, but the money, fame, Louis and Gucci, it didn't help.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, that was another thing with God mode that, like, and just Tom in general, that I've taken issue with, is how much he used to dog the shit out of rappers for glorifying brands and fucking chains and like Gucci and like all this shit. And he like make fun of people for having fake Gucci or like fake whatever. And I'm not saying Tom's doing anything, like has anything fake, but I'm saying, like, he was all about how, you know, that shit was like materialistic, and just now he's like all about fucking money and just constantly bragging about how rich he is, how much money he has, how much Gucci he has, and just constantly like flaunting the shit. But at the same time, oh yeah, the poor working people. fuck out of here.
You need to go to Balenciaga and get a belt, put it around your neck, kick out the stool, then kill yourself. You need to put a gun to your head, then drill yourself. Cause to yourself, you've never revealed yourself. I swear to God, I know record label execs that managed you, represented you, brought you a couple checks. They told me all sorts of shit about you. How you like to...
Maybe your best course would be to tread lightly.
Ooh, that wasn't ominous or anything. All right, so yeah, that the Balenciaga and the belt and shooting himself and hanging himself and all that. That was. I don't condone people telling other people that they should kill themselves. Mac has really got to be feeling some type of way. Like there's some deeper shit to all of this that like we don't know about, because that, I feel like that alone goes like beyond battle rap. Like I feel like that actually might go a little deeper than even the going for Nova's neck. That's just like, that's harsh. But you know, this is some of the stuff that like yeah, before I get into, so he said something about talking to record execs, labels that like helped him out and gave him some checks and shit. So what is Mac saying here? And you know, it said you might want to tread lightly, to be continued. Has Tom not always been independent? Was Tom on a way? Was he funded previously? Did he not get his start from the rock bottom like he says? I am definitely curious. Like Mac clearly, with this song, with ending it like that, and just the things that he has said in this song, he is trying to get Tom to come back. He wants Tom to come at him full tilt. Like he wants all of the smoke. He wants the whole fire with the smoke. He wants it all. He is prepared for it. He is waiting for it. That is the only, that's all I can think. There is no way that he has not like come words, Damien, fuck. There is no way that he is not like mentally and physically prepared for whatever comes his way right now. He's begging for it practically. So anyway, you know, that was that. So funny enough, he did cover quite a bit of kind of the issues that I have, some of the same stuff that the first time I just filmed a video talking about Tom MacDonald. Some of these issues were things that I covered. I know that Tom has a lot of very loyal fans, and again, like I said, at one point in time I was one of them. You know, I've done a few Tom MacDonald reactions on this channel several years ago, and you know, I'm not gonna take him down just because I don't like him, but I want to make it clear that I don't support Tom MacDonald. I don't agree with his views politically at all, not even a little bit. There are certain things that like I could almost understand, and I don't even want to say give him a pass for. I can just say that like I understand to a degree. I don't agree, but you know, I think there was a short where he said something something to the effect of people identifying as whatever they want has gotten out of hand. He's like, oh, I don't have a problem with like trans people or gay people, but just all this like identifying as like any make-believe thing you want. See, that, you know, I could kind of understand. But at the same time, you know, this is where like some of the hypocrisy and just shit comes into play. He's talked plenty of times about how being bullied growing up for being different and like just all the bullying he endured. And now he acts like a fucking high school bully most of the time. He's constantly bullying people who need support. You know, just because you don't understand a person or agree with what they think or believe or how they express themselves or what they look like doesn't mean you get to treat them like shit or that they don't deserve the same rights and opportunities that you have. You know, that's... Let's bring the veterans into this. Again, with the irony and the hypocrisy. So, you know, several shorts he's doubled down on, like, just basically bullying virtually the whole LGBTQ plus community. But there are plenty of gay people in the military, and I think there might even be some I don't know what the laws are, like what all happened. I know there was a big issue with Trump and trans people in the military years ago. I try not to stay too invested in all of that because it frustrates me. But I know there are plenty of gay people in the military, and if you support the military so vehemently and just, you know, they give their, you know, the brave men and women, you know, that, you know, fight for our freedom, does that include all the gay people that are in the military? Or do you not support them? Are those veterans also recipients of your donations? Are you encouraging your fans to donate to veterans and not in a discriminatory way? Just, you know, just asking. Because all of those gays in the military also fought for our rights and freedoms. And those rights and freedoms include freedom of speech and expression and press and, you know, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that may be doing things that you don't understand or that look weird to you, or loving somebody that you don't agree with, or looking, I think I said looking a certain way, but, you know, if these people are American, it doesn't matter what you think of them or how they express themselves, what they identify as. They have the right. They're supposed to. They should have the same rights that you do as a fucking straight white Christian, you know, whatever. That, you know, it's like he's always like, oh, you know, everybody's, you know, against straight white Christians now. No, not everybody. People are calling out the bullshit that straight white Christians, all the laws, the oppressive laws, all of the shit they have done to continue to oppress and silence minority and marginalized voices. You know, and these aren't just left talking points. These are real issues. These are facts. These are things that are happening in the world. You know, I'm not saying everything on the left is fucking correct, that everybody's viewpoint on the left is fucking correct, that everything everybody does on the left is correct. There's plenty of shit that I take issue with. There's plenty of shit that I don't agree with or that I don't necessarily like. You know, I don't consider myself a Democrat or, you know, a left. Well, I guess I am technically a leftist. I'll take it. But, you know, I don't like our president. I will say that. I mean, I don't. His State of the Union address, it was okay. I mean, there was a lot of parts where, like, he was on fire and it was kind of cool, and he was saying some good stuff that I agree with. But he did say some shit that I was like, dude, no. Get that shit out your mouth. Like, put it somewhere else where no one can hear it, because that's horse shit. But, I digress. I don't remember where I was going. But yeah, you know, to shit all over people and bully people you don't agree with or you don't like or you don't understand, and say that they don't deserve the rights that our military fights for those freedoms and rights. So you say, and you're a patriot, Canadian patriot, going in really hard to prove how American you are, and make sure you have that fucking audience and that support. I do kind of see Mac Lethal's point there a little bit. It does go beyond, like, I was saying, you know, encourage people to do the right thing, but he's trying to prove how American he is using the American military, using the sacrifice. It's funny because, like, you know, there was one song recently where, you know, he talked about, can't remember the name of the song, but, you know, he was talking about them dividing us, and that he's not Democrat or Republican, he's not right or left. But, like, everything he says is completely against any kind of left ideology and super pro-right. And it's real whiny pro-right. And I don't recall, he's done a lot of collabs, but everybody he's done collabs with, you know, has been right-wing, very right-wing, you know, people. You know, it's been, we got Blair White, Ben Shapiro, Adam Calhoun, like, who else? And they've all been white. Aside from, like, getting Mac with the black paid actors in the video, has Tom done any? No, yeah, he has. Dax. So, you know, he's like a man-child. He did a collab with a rapper named Man-Child. It's not cultural appropriation, it's just culturally appropriate. I just came up with that. That's funny. I should be a rapper. I mean, there was no bars or anything there, but, like, if I sat down with a pen and, like, I thought about these things and kind of started putting shit together, I bet you I could come up with some shit. And I wouldn't use that same raspy Eminem imitation voice that, like, a bunch of white rappers do. I'd have to come up with a cool voice that didn't sound so annoyingly white. I don't have anything against white people. I'm pretty white, in case you haven't been able to tell. Ironically enough, I am a straight white male. I have Christian friends. I have gay friends. I have trans friends. I have black friends. I have Latino friends. I have Asian friends. I'm sure there's plenty of other demographics. You know, I do have, I even have some friends who are, you know, are more conservative. Any, like, right-wing, like, extremist or, like, you know, alt-right. No, I don't associate with any people of that ilk. It just, I don't really know any. And I'm guessing that's probably good for me. I'm assuming we wouldn't have much to talk about. And if we did, it would probably just be constant heated debates, which I'm not into that. I'm trying to live and enjoy my peace. You know, the internet is an evil, dark place sometimes. The comment sections of just posts on Facebooks and different groups, hell, different people just post in general, YouTube comment sections, Reddit, all sorts of places. X, good God. It's like just a cesspool of blatant ignorance. Back to a point. No, I've already made. You know, Tom's blatant disregard of hip hop history and claiming like that he is just like this greatest rapper ever, and like I don't understand how he can take himself seriously sometimes. But, you know, just some of the stuff is just so ironic and hypocritical. I know I've used both of those words. That's how I've described all of this several times. But you can't argue, like, what it is. You know, it's a shame because, like, again, years ago, I saw a lot of potential. I thought he had a different heart. I thought that he was going to do something good with his talent. But now I'm realizing it's just a shtick. It's pandering. It's hateful. You know, and it's under the guise of like some kind of morality. Oh, and that Me Versus You song, that was another thing that made me pause, because I started thinking about it, because I was like, man, it's like he doesn't understand the history, dogging on the LGBTQ plus, he making a mockery, the military, he's like, oh, it's Pride Month. He did this in a short. He's like, it's Pride Month. You know what that means? Time to celebrate all the brave people who came out and identify as whatever they want, and just totally mocking the shit out of them. And Stonewall, like Pride, the history of Pride. Do you understand the history of everything that the LGBTQ plus community, like the gays, like the trans people, for decades and decades have dealt with? Having to hide who they are, having to people forced to like marry people of the opposite sex as a beard to protect their jobs, to protect their lives, their livelihood. Like people getting attacked and killed by Christians because, you know, they loved differently. You know, the Stonewall, the whole riot, the Pride is literally that. It's like, hey, we have endured oppression and violence and been silenced for so long. Like, it is our time to be equal. It is our time to have rights. It is our time to be proud of who we are. Like, how does that? How is it okay to mock that? And your military, our military that fought, continues to fight for our freedoms and liberties and rights and all of that. All these people you make fun of are part of America, or deserve all these same freedoms and rights. You know, that's... I'm getting heated. I'm getting a little bit heated. But yeah, again, there are those two words, the irony and hypocrisy there, the history. Like, you don't know the history. It's cool to make fun of something that you're ignorant of. And it's fucked up is what it is. It's just... all of these tolerant, that make fun of the tolerant left when they speak out or do anything or say anything, take up for themselves, defend themselves. It's like, oh, I thought you were so tolerant. If y'all are so fucking Christian and follow Jesus, Christian derived from Christ, read your fucking book on what it says about loving thy neighbor and loving thy, or treat, how you're supposed to treat even your enemy. Like, just, there's some weird gray area there, but still, the basic principle behind the majority of the New Testament and the shit that Jesus actually said and did, y'all fucking up. Y'all want to talk about people on the left, y'all need to go to Target, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, I don't care, any of those places. Get you some full-length mirrors. Black people. Everybody's like, well, Tom's not racist. Tom's like, I'm not racist. But constantly takes issue with how black people protest. How are black people supposed to protest? You say, oh, they're destroying the cities. Oh, they're burning this stuff. They're doing that. Oh, white people are killed more than black people are by police. Let's unpack all that for a minute. Let's look at that. Let's be factual about it. So, Francis Scott Key wrote the national anthem. Kaepernick kneeled during the national anthem because of police brutality, because of black people being killed disproportionately and unjustly by police in many, many, many situations, because clearly they, it was racially motivated, and there's no way around that. It's facts. Tom's always wanted to talk about facts, but not bringing any facts, just bringing opinions about shit he doesn't like. Like people kneeling during the anthem. Francis Scott Key was a slave owner. You don't want... You tell them to protest peacefully, to find a way to protest peacefully. Taking a knee during the national anthem instead of standing on a song that was written by a slave owner, and you're showing, like, hey, this country needs reform. If the police are one of our, kind of governing bodies who instill law and order and serve and protect the people, but they're not doing that, there's systematically something wrong with the country. The First Amendment allows the right to protest. The veterans, the military, they have fought, they continue to fight for rights such as being able to assemble and protest. How else would you want them to do it? What? Don't disrespect the anthem or the flag. How do you not understand the reasoning and why they're doing it? Why does nobody get this? Plenty of people get this. People who actually listen, use their emotional intelligence, critical thinking, and open mind, empathetic heart, and understand the plight that these people have suffered, that their families have endured from senseless tragedies that were committed out of racial bias and hate. So peaceful protest, Charlotte, North Carolina, 2020. There were protests going on. There was a lot of big ones going on in a lot of big cities, and everybody's like, oh, the Democratic-run cities and all the violence and shit. There was peaceful, very peaceful, just marches in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I think a bunch of cops got in trouble. The body cam footage came out. A bunch of my friends, very close personal friends who I know very well, like in person, on a personal level, have known for years, were participated in that. More power.
You now have 2 armored Bearcats on station for rescue. We're back up to staff. Fantastic.
Mike Squad 1, we got the alley by the transit line.
Mike, listen up. When they go through and we need to exit, my squad head down College, other squad head down 4th, so we don't get all tangled up.
Where are they gonna? When they come through here? So we're gonna stay here and watch the show.
Caldwell, right here at the intersection.
Huh?
Don't let him cross behind them.
Yeah.
Somebody step out, send them the other way on Caldwell.
Now what's the plan? We're sending them to where?
We'll time to come in.
Rory's got a platoon on Tryon, out of sight. Dancer's platoon is staged now on College, out of sight. We're gonna push their ass straight up 4th. As soon as they get up on 4th, because we got a bottleneck now, Rory's squad is gonna step out and hammer their ass. When they start running down, Dancer's squad is gonna step up and hammer their ass. Gas. We're gonna fucking mop it up. Alright. And we get
with the officers at Alexander and Trade. If you've got one more squad that can see us here, we've only got 9 holding the line with about 40 people. Slack, one of your squads assistant, Alexander and Trade.
Alright, get a bang out. Don't throw it in front of them. I want it behind. Hey, if you have to throw it, don't throw it behind the crowd so they'll run up. Hey, wave goodbye. They're all about to get gas.